Your brother from the gutter is looking on his back behind the wood for the open bar, where there's never a cover, never a minimum. Saturday night, Sunday morning. It's late. God dang it. It is late. And they just had the big parade today. I didn't watch it, the parade, but crazy ass. Since the last time I talked to you, all the other shit going on with Trump and Elon, and they broke up together, and they hate each other's guts, and now Elon Musk is taking it back, and it just you put a couple of greedy asshole billionaires together, and geez, who could have saw this coming? You know what I mean? Of course, one is worse than the other. They deserve each other. And then, of course, we had that plane crash. One person miraculously survived. I don't know how, but I guess they said his seat ejected, and I don't know. He landed in a swamp or something, but he's okay. Wow. You got to go out and play the lottery the next day if you're that guy. I'm telling you. Probably the opposite. I'll probably have a guilt complex the rest of his life. Like, why me? Why was I spared this? Something like that. Maybe he'll turn to religion or drugs or even this podcast. Listen, if I knew anything, would I be talking to you here Saturday night, Sunday morning at 3 a.m. or whatever the fuck time it is? So since the last time, yes, a lot of stupid shit has happened. They sent the Marines into L.A. They're still there. And, just nothing like rubbing salt in the fucking wounds and just, trying to start shit up. Just, he reminds me of those dicks from the 60s. You know what I mean? Didn't like the hippies, don't like the blacks, don't like none of y'alls. So I want to talk about Brian Wilson and Sly Stone because that's really the most important story to me anyways. I mean, yeah, the world is burning, but, what do you expect? It's fucking Donald Trump's world. We're just in it. We're just like, we're the people out, I guess, we're the people out that we're out today kicking ass all over the USA, huh? Yeah, those rallies. The No King rallies. Which, by the way, what's her name was one of the sponsors, one of the Walton bras, Christy Walton, right? The Walmart heiress, who's worth I don't know how many billions of dollars, but yeah, she helped organize these protests all over the country. She hates Trump. What does that tell you? When billionaires, your own kind, hate you, and you want to give them tax cuts, and they still hate you. That's how much of an ass clown you are to these people. Pain in the ass. That's right. So we lost Sly Stone and Brian Wilson, two of my all-time favorites, two innovators. They could sing, they could fucking compose, right? They produced, they arranged, they did it all. They did it all. They were musicians, and they both kind of created their own different genres of music. You had the whole California thing, the Beach Boys, and then they really, he invented that sound, Brian Wilson, and, he just had these fucking, like, in his brain, he would just have all these, symphonies would come to him and shit. I mean, I saw an interview with him from like 20 years ago. I think it was 1998. I heard an interview. I think it was on NPR. And they were asking him, hey, when you were hearing voices and stuff, didn't that interfere with your songwriting back in the day? And this interview is from 98. And he says, no. He says, because I was able to keep the voices separate from the music. And I thought, wow, this guy, is he a tortured soul or what? But he somehow, he's crazy. but he's also a genius at the same time because he's able to keep the voices away from his creativity with his music. He's able to block it out. So maybe that's why that side of him, soared and was so creative. Who the fuck knows? What do I know?
You fought the Duke of New York. You're a number one.
Yeah, so the Bills, they just finished their OTAs. And wow, I can't wait to see how some of these defensive pieces are going to fit. I mean, listen, I'm in no way at all saying that I want to fast forward through my Friday afternoon happy hours on the patio someplace. but I'm looking forward to the fall and the Bills, July training camp, preseason, all that shit. And they got a lot of new pieces on defense. They got that guy they brought in from the Rams, right? The edge rusher. Dude, what's his name? Michael Hoyt. That's right. Then they brought in Larry Ogunjobi as well from the Steelers defensive tackle, big fat bastard. But unfortunately, both of them are suspended for the first 6 weeks of the season because they were evidently they abused or broke, or maybe both, the substance abuse for taking enhanced steroids or, some kind of growth hormone or some kind of crazy fucking milkshake type of thing. Hey, give me a fucking steroid shake here. Yeah, put a little strawberry in there. Then you got Joey Bosa, who's been injured a lot, so, he's going to be able to play right away because Joey Bosa does not take steroid-enhancing drugs. He doesn't have to. He's Joey Bosa, that's why. And that's why he's hurt all the time, actually, because he doesn't take enough drugs. And then, of course, we drafted the kids' all the defensive linemen. We drafted T.J. Sanders, Landon Jackson. Really excited about these guys. Deion Walker. They said it might take him a little time with some of, they want to take it easy with him. I guess he's, got some back issues or whatever. Of course, the guy weighs, like 360 pounds. So, yeah, they said he's all of his weight is on the top, like from the waist up, and he's got like skinny legs or something. And, they said that's why it's fucking up his back. But, maybe that's why he's good. So they're saying they got to reshape his body or some shit. I don't know. But just interested to see how these kids are going to do. And then, of course, we've got 3 new DBs. They drafted Maxwell Harrison, Jordan Hancock, and Dorian Strong, who I really like. And don't forget now, it's not only the defense is going to have a lot of new pieces, but the offense will have a few, not as many as the defense. But you've got Joshua Palmer, the Chargers receiver they brought in, Elijah Moore, who Tre'Davious White was singing his praises the other day. Of course, T. White is back for the defense. We didn't mention that. He's a free agent. We brought him back. But offensively, you got Joshua Palmer, Elijah Moore, and then you got to wonder, is Dalton Kincaid going to have the breakout year that everybody thought he was going to have last year before he got dinged up? And will James Cook have any other option than to play balls out this year? Because either way, he resigns or he goes somewhere else, he's got to prove he just wasn't a one-year wonder, right? It just wasn't a one-off, that he can do this, 2 years in a row. And don't forget, this is on a smaller note, they did draft at tight end Jackson Hawes. My God, love you, Yale man. Yeah, the dude is from Yale. He went to Georgia Tech then, but, he's another Ivy Leaguer. But in any event, he's supposed to be a real, not much of a pass catcher right now, but he's an awesome blocker. So he will find a spot on the roster. There'll be another new face on the offense. You'll see it, obviously, in some run situations. They'll put him in there to just destroy people. I guess he just fucking destroys people. In any event, listen, don't forget we are streaming on all the major streaming platforms, so spread the word. I need listeners.
Goddamn right.
And how about this freak, this guy that's on the loose? What's his name? Vance Luther Bolter. You hear about this guy? Is from Minnesota. He was in business down there. A lot of people knew him. He did some work in a missionary. He dressed up like a cop, went to these politicians' house and killed them. This woman and her husband. She was a legislator in the state of Minnesota, or a state senator, I forget which. And then they went. Then he goes to the next closest house, and the cops are there. And he opens up on him. He starts shooting at the cops because they were like, "Hey, wait a minute, maybe it's this guy really one of us type of thing, or a security guard or something." Because the way he's dressed, he's got the fucking vest on and the big flashlight and all this shit. I guess he worked for a security company or something, but just a fucking lunatic. Texted his roommates. The guy's like 59. He's got roommates. Right? 57. So, of course, he's not doing good. Some of the online profiles and interviews they've had with his neighbors and friends say that Bolter had built an electric career weaving from food service to international religious missionary work, local political appointments, and working at funeral homes. Yeah, Bolter's funeral home. You stab him, we slab him. Really? So this guy is, you're going to find out he's some kind of religious crazy person. He had a lot of pro-choice people on his hit list as well, I guess. So whatever. Listen, the world is full of kooks. There's no shortage of lunatics. Am I right?
He's got a lot of problems.
So listen, that's all the old Slick Ones got for you. Don't forget, we are streaming on all the streaming platforms that matter. So spread this, share this Slickcast if you like it. Get the word out. Hit the subscribe button. Eat a booger if you have to, whatever. And we have to thank Julia from Lakewood Studios for doing all the voodoo that she does so well to help this Slickcast. Until next time, live fast, die old, and of course, weed, whiskey, and Warren Zevon.
Hail to the king, baby.